Good afternoon, RC family, and here for another review and some modifications I've done on the VRX Cobra. First of all, what do you think of my turntable? Check it out. So this little turntable I made on the weekend, it's just a couple of little scraps of timber that I had laying around, and the bearing is just one of those Lazy Susan bearings you can buy at Bunnings or Home Depot for wherever you are. So yeah, they'll have one of them, pretty sure. Pretty cheap, that was only like $5-10, something like that, I can't remember. I've had that for a while, just stuck in my scrap box somewhere there. But I'll tell you, makes things so much easier when you need to work on your car, that's for sure. So the other modification that I've done, or the upgrade might say, is I've put on the rear swing arms. So I've upgraded them to aluminium. They're about $55 on eBay or any RC shop. My local RC shop has got them for $55. What I'm most disappointed about are not the swing arms themselves, but the price. So the rear swing arms are $55, but the front swing arms, and they're 10 mil shorter or longer, I can't remember, but they are $90. I just can't justify and what the reason is why they are so much more dear for the front swing arms, even though they're only 10 mil. I think they're 10 mil longer. But apart from that, they are holding up really well. They fit in snug, everything went well, and I'm very happy with them at the moment. So the other thing that I fixed up on the car is the sponge on the inside of the tires. If you remember on my last video, the sponge that sits inside the tire is just absolute rubbish, and I just hated it. It just disintegrated. So I end up buying this one. It's actually about 22 mil, just from a foam place. For us, it's called Clark Rubber. You might be able to find it on eBay or something like that, but that's about 22, 23 mil, and that just fit nicely in there. Obviously it's been trimmed to size, but that feels really nice and firm now. So yeah, that's been really good. They've been really good. So the other upgrade also that I've done is I've changed over my steering servo. So I've got a 25 kilo digital steering servo in there now, and that came with a 25 tooth metal horn. So that's been going really well. So it takes the corners much more better, and it's much more responsive. That is so good. So this was the original 6 kilo servo. That was the one that came actually with the RC car. So it's still good. If I was to do an upgrade on another car, I'd probably throw all this stuff in it, you know, just as another bash car. But yeah, the 25 kilo, it's doing the job. That's really well. So you probably saw in one of my earlier videos I had this body strengthening bar. So I've actually finally screwed it in. I don't know why I didn't do it earlier, but it's actually screwed in now to the top plate, on the front plate and on the rear plate there. So that's just with a an M3 tap, just gone straight through. Pretty enough clearance there, so it won't hit the tail shafts. But that's holding up pretty good. So that's just to give my shock towers just a little bit more strength and stability. So I'm sick of these breaking all the time. So that's also why I've made up my own custom made shock towers. So yeah, that's the other mod I've done as well. So one thing I do really need to upgrade on my diffs is my Diff Cups. You can see that that tail shaft is actually not even holding onto that slot there on the Diff Cup. It's actually just passing straight through. So with all the bashing around and the upgraded pinion that I've got on the motor and the bigger motor, it's actually, I'm surprised that the tail shaft has held up, but it must just be really soft metal Diff Cups. So I'm gonna have to change them. As you can see, look at that, as I'm rolling it around, the pin on the tail shaft is actually just sunken into the cup. So if anyone's got any ideas on how to strengthen these up, I also have seen like a solid tail shaft from the diff, from the diff to the gearbox, front and rear. If anyone's got any links or put a comment below. I'd love to see them, or what you've done to yours, or if you've seen anything that's been done to a Cobra. I'd like to see it, but obviously I'm gonna have to buy some new cups. They're just worn right through, so oh well, what do you do? And just one last thing about the car, guys, is I've still got my original 60 amp ESC. Now I know this needs to be upgraded pretty soon, because I've upgraded the motor to a 2700 and the batteries are getting pretty warm. The motor is getting fairly hot, but yeah, I'm gonna have to upgrade this to a 120 amp ESC. Now what I did do just to try it, and I thought I could get away with it, and it failed miserably, is that I went on eBay, spent the 35 bucks for shipping, and I bought just a cheapie. Now I don't want to do any bad reviews, and I'm not going to name names of which website I bought it from, but don't buy any cheap ESCs, especially this one. This lasted about 15 minutes and it just blew on the inside. It still looks okay in there, but it just stopped working after 15 minutes, and it didn't even do what it was supposed to do. I couldn't even get reverse properly. It just wasn't functioning like the original one that's in there at the moment. It just didn't do what I wanted to do, and my expectations were yeah, not good. So in saying that, I did get my money back. He was nice enough to give me a refund, but I wouldn't recommend buying just a cheap $35 ESC. Spend the money and buy a proper hobby wing, or if you've got something better, guys, send a link below, put a comment below, and I'd love to hear what you've got. So that's it today, guys. Just a quick one, show you the mods and upgrades and things that I've done on the Cobra. So yeah, have a great day, guys, and I'll see you guys around.